Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm Russell and I run my own mechanics company and I do quite a few different cars and bits and bobs like that. But today we've got a special one. I'm also a bit of a Bongo fan myself, as I've had a couple in the past. I've broken a few like pieces. I had my own one. I sold it, which I was a bit disappointed about, so I am in the market to getting another one. So if you guys like this video and you want me to do more of a series on a Bongo, then please do like, subscribe, and leave in the comments what you want to see. And as I say, if I get myself another Bongo, if there's enough interest in it, I'll grab another Bongo and I'll just pull things off of it because you need help doing it yourself. So definitely do that, guys, and then I'll know what to make videos on. So this is John's Bongo. I'll leave a link to up the top to the playlist which I've done when he bought it. So when he got it, we went through some tips of what to look for, what to look over, checking it all out. Generally, it's a good Bongo. We hadn't had any problems. There's a small patch of welding that needed to be done, but a lot of work has been done on this previously already. Like it's had the coolant alarm fitted on it. It's got an internal digital gauge from that. It looks like it's had a new fuel pump fitted for it. Like a lot. If you're watching this, you either have a Bongo or you're looking to buy a Bongo. And as I said, John has never had a Bongo before. He wanted a big vehicle he could put the family in, and he could go do fishing in and all sorts of stuff like that. And obviously I said, you need a Bongo. So that's when I pushed him towards these. I went and had a look at a couple for him. He went and had a look at a couple, and he found out as quickly as I did, if you want a good one, you're going to have to spend a little bit of money on it all. So I think this one was about 5,000 to 6,000. But as I say, genuinely, it's been pretty good. But he did phone me up the other day, and he goes, Russ, can you have a look at the Bongo for us, please, mate? I've got a bit of a water leak. It's leaking a little bit of water. And I was a bit like, oh, okay, right, we need to get that fixed straight away. And he's like, the power steering's not working. So I was like, okay, right, fine. We'll have a look at it. We got it in. I did a video as well. I'll try and put that up here for the first part, which we've replaced. But there was 3 key components that I found wrong with the Bongo. Now, I don't know if any of you can take a guess what they were. Again, leave it in the comments down below what you thought they were before we go on. I had a quick look at it over. I identified the water leak quite quickly through from it all. And we'll go into that one first. So the water leak, what did we find? I checked this. I took the seats up, checked it all out, see what it's like in there. What they've actually done is they've put a bleed back to the expansion tank that runs through the car. So it's quite good. So it's self-bleeding, should we say, through from that point of view. So I had a look underneath, and then I could see when it was running there was a drip. And this is what it was, just like magic. There we go. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit so we can see it. So here we have, this is the heater matrix, the internal heater matrix. And as you can see, what had happened is basically it was leaking from this pipe here, which is obviously broken, but it had a clamp on it that was the wrong size. So it was sort of just dripping out from underneath the clamp. And I just literally, I was leaking from there, and it just snapped off in my hand. So I was like, right, we need a new heater matrix. That's a little bit annoying within itself, the fact that it's the internal heater matrix, because we had to strip out large part of the dash to get to it, like the heater box. This is the video. I've got this on video, so if you want to know how to do it, I've done it through from that video, but it did take a couple of hours to get done in the end. But it is all fixed. I got this from Bongo Spares. I'll put their link in the description as well. They're the place where I get all the Bongo bits from because they're really good. They have everything in stock. So yeah, so definitely give them a check out if you need to get any Bongo spares. So it was £40 for a second-hand one of these. We fitted that up, and that's fixed the leak that we had through from there. When I was checking it out underneath, there was a really horrible noise coming from like the engine, and I was like, what is that noise? That was not there before. So I was like, I had to have a look. And as I was checking out the water pump for the water leak as well, just to see if there's anything around there, I could turn the belts without, like, the belts were spinning, and all the pulleys were spinning around on the belts. And I had a look into that. So what we have here, this is the crank shaft pulley. It's a 3-ribbed pulley belt, crank pulley. And I don't know if you can see, it's separated. So what was happening is I could spin these two were spinning freely. And this runs the water pump and the alternator. So the alternator light was on through from that point of view. So the next thing we had to do was get a new crank pulley. I'm pretty sure this was like 55 quid, again from Bongo Spares. It's keyweighed. I had to send them the picture through for it, so then they can get it out. We've got one massive nut that sits on the front here. Undo that, this comes straight off, and then you can put it on. Obviously, you have to take the belts off, you have to do the adjustments on the belts and everything like that, free from it all. So if this is a problem that you've got and you want to see it, as I say, leave a comment in the description below. Like the channel, subscribe, and I'll maybe do a video on this one next time. The reason why I didn't do it on this one now is because I had to take it to a friend of mine's to help me out to get it on the ramp because of the third thing that we had to deal with. And I'll show you what the third thing was, the power steering. So I had a look at the power steering. There was no fluid in it. So I was like, well, let's put some fluid in it and see what's going on from that point of view. So I chopped it out with fluid. I waited a minute, power steering started working again. And then I was looking underneath to see what was going on. And then I sort of saw the drips coming through. And I chased the drips all the way back to the power steering rack. Now, usually when you have a rack, usually it like fills up the gaiters and it comes out the side because there's some seals in there. But this wasn't happening on this one. This was leaking right out the top there. The seal, the top seal here, it was leaking straight out of there. So we had to get a new steering rack. When I say a new steering rack, again, this was from Bongo Spares. It wasn't a new rack, but it was a reconditioned rack. So basically it's got 12 months warranty on it. So it's all been stripped apart, all the seals have been done, everything like that. And again, I was gonna make a video on that one, but I had to take it to my mate's workshop to get it done there. And it's a bit of a job to do because obviously we've got to drop all the front subframe and everything out through from that. But again, if it is something that people do need to know how to do, then by all means subscribe and I will do a video on that on a Bongo that I might pick up. So yeah, so this is the third point that we had to get. So annoyingly, we had 3 relatively large jobs to do on 3 completely different systems. So unfortunately for John, it has taken quite a few hours to get done. Luckily on this one, they didn't send the rack ends, so we obviously had to take the rack ends off and then get the vehicle tracked up as well on that one. But yeah, that's what's gone wrong with the Bongo. I mean, I've never known them to go like that, but obviously the steering racks, they had a lot of them in stock. They had the pulleys in stock. They had everything in stock. So clearly it's things that the Bongos have failed on before. And it was a good experience to do these bits on it all. But yeah, generally the Bongos are good, but they can break. And this is what's happened with John's one. Apart from that, it's all running tickety-boo now. All the noises have gone. The belts are all tight. The power steering's working sweet. And the cooling system's working just as it should do. So I just thought I'd just make this video just to show you what we've been doing on the Bongo. And just to see if there's any interest in it, if it's something that you want to see more of a series on for it all. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.